New Minnesota Vikings offensive lineman Walter Rouse joins me virtually here inside of the TCO radio room. And first and foremost, Walter, congratulations. Secondly, I know you've had a few days to, I guess, embrace what this next chapter in your life will look like. But before we get there, I got to ask, what have these past few days been like for you, understanding that you are an NFL player now?
Right. First off, thank you very much. You know, it's been a dream come true to be drafted to the NFL, and to be a Minnesota Viking is amazing. I'm so excited to come up there on Thursday and really be part of the organization. But yeah, the past few days, I've really been on like cloud nine. The best way I can describe it is like, high on life, because I'm just really just enjoying myself, enjoying my family, all the hard work that I put in, all the hard work that they put into me, and I love that they get to see that it's paid off, and that, because of what they did, like, I made it. I made it to the NFL. We did it. Mm-hmm. We got here. And also the work just starts, time to keep, pushing forward and keep grinding. But, the past few days, it's been awesome. I've also been getting back on the grind,
Nice.
Got drafted, celebrated,
yep. Still
got to keep the workout, got ready for rookie minicamp and minicamp. So, things are moving pretty fast. I feel like Thursday's going to be here in no time. But it's been awesome, really great.
What do the workouts look like now that you're drafted, prior to when your name got selected in the draft last week?
So the people I train with, I've been going to them since I was like 20 when I was in high school, and they said, "Oh, you're different now. You're a little different now." And so we got you're not with the civilians anymore. So I did a leg day, arm day, and a full a specialized day today.
Nice.
I went in at 6:30 a.m. got to work in, and getting mobility, stretching after. So I love working out. I love no pain, no gain. They say. So it's been awesome. Yes, sir.
In your initial press conference last week, you spoke very highly of your late father and your late grandfather and some of your late uncles that meant the world to you as you grew up. And understanding where we are now, how have you found the strength to be here today, understanding that you had to go through some of the losses of your loved ones?
As hard as it's been, because, not only have I never got to meet my grandfather on my dad's side, but, losing my dad, I also lost my grandfather in 2018. I lost my aunt in 2017, and I lost my dad, my uncle in 2013. So it's like, I've had so much, loss in my life, but out of that, our family has just gotten closer and closer together. And because of that, we're stronger than ever. And through that strength, they've allowed me to be here where I am right now, and to know the fact that I know they're looking down on me. I know they're so proud of me, and I'm going out there every single day in the field, classroom. Eventually, when the first game of the season starts, that I'm going out there and I'm playing for them, to make them proud, and so they can see me play up there. But yeah, it's especially with my dad. I mean, like I said before, we had a very special connection once I was young. Like I said, he got me into superheroes because I couldn't read well, and so we started reading comic books together. First comic book we read was Spider-Man, and from then on, I love Spider-Man and superheroes ever since. And that used to be our thing. We'd go see all of these Spider-Man movies, all the Marvel movies. I saw Iron Man in 2008 with him. Too young to see it. I still went to go see it in 2008. I was like 7 at the time. And then him coming out to the games, and whether it was basketball, because it was basketball first, and then eventually it was football. He could go on and on and on and talk about me. And I'm like, "Dad, stop. You don't got to do that. You don't got to do that." And he's like, "Nah, you're my son. I'm going to talk about you." And, I would give anything to hear him say that again. But yeah, he's truly been such an impact on my life, and I wouldn't be here without him. And then with my grandfather, like I said, I didn't get to meet him, but through my dad, Victor Rouse, my aunt Debbie, and my grandmother Laverne, they've allowed me to meet him as if I met him in person. From his not only is he well known for he made the winning shot in the 1963 NCAA championship for the Loyola Ramblers, but he always said, above all else, you get your education. And I can't remember correctly, but he had 2 bachelor's degrees, 2 masters. ran like an education firm. Like he was very smart. And, that's, I think, where also I get my big academic background too. And because after football, I just don't want to just retire and maybe enjoy a year or two, but I want to go back into science and medicine and do a lot with that. And then however that takes me. So I have so much I want to do, and I got to give credit to my dad and my grandfather and everyone else in my family as well, especially my mom Hillary. She's my rock. I wouldn't be here without her.
Well, you talked about academics, and I want to highlight 2022 when you were at Stanford. You won the Tommy Vardell Award, which is an award given to someone who epitomizes excellence in both the academics and in athletics. And for you, being a student athlete, I know that is huge for you. But how does academics translate to the field for you?
In my major and discipline, it really can't. So, and I'll explain why. My major is biomechanical engineering. And with that, with me being an engineering major, a lot of my job is to think and figure out how things work. And, if there's a problem, try and think of solutions to that problem and whatnot. And so when I first got to Stanford, I was thinking way too much. I was thinking, okay, how does this play work? What's going to be a solution to this play if this guy digs inside or he cuts me or does something like that? And so I really kind of had to take a step back from allowing my academics to come on the field because I had just the way my brain works is an engineer's brain. And I was just working out way too many things in my head. I'm like, I would be lay off the ball and I'm just thinking, oh snap, we got to go. It's time to go. So in that way, it can't, it can't translate to the field, but I will say that, the way I've been able to time manage my work in academics along with football has helped me be a better player, especially in how I study, because the playbook is its own language. That's your own school and whatnot. And so the way I've been able to study my engineering, math, science, all of that, I can also translate that to how I study the playbook, how I memorize certain things, how I write things out. So in that way, that's been able to help me translate from school to the field, but to the being on the field itself in game time, gotta just let it be free and let it go. Let's go. Let's play.
All right, put yourself on a game right now, on a game field, and you're lined up at left tackle or wherever you're lined up on the offensive line. What do you pride yourself on most as an offensive lineman?
As an offensive lineman, I think the thing that I would pride myself most would be the physicality and just the attitude with that. One, it's, there's no better feeling when it's down after down and you're attacking the same guy over and over, or if they bring somebody in new, you're attacking him over and over and they can't do anything about it. You're just physically just putting a beat down on them and you're wearing them down throughout the game. There's no better feeling when you got a D lineman, when he got his hands over his head, hands on his hips, shirts all up, and they just can't take it anymore. That's you want to physically impose your will onto them. When you can move a guy from point A to point B against their will, man, that's the best feeling offensive lineman can have. And then with the attitude, it's just like, no matter what you do, you could beat me one play or the next play, but I'm going to come back stronger 10 times. And I'm just going to keep coming stronger each and every time. And there's nothing that's going to stop me until the clock hits 0. And then I take the attitude into the next week and the physicality into the next week.
Look, you about to make me run through a wall right now. So I know Vikings.
Hey, let's go, man. Yes, sir.
I know Vikings fans are excited. Everyone has been, hyping you up, and rightfully so. We're happy to have you as a Minnesota Viking. But my last question for you is, what are Minnesota Vikings fans getting from Walter Rouse when he becomes a Minnesota Viking and steps on the field with that purple helmet?
Man, you're gonna get an amazing player, someone who loves the game of football, someone who's going to go out there and play whatever my role is when I'm out there 100%. I'm going to be relentless in everything I do. I'm going to have that attitude, whether in whatever capacity I need to have it in, whether it means I need to be a leader, a vocal leader. And hey, being at Stanford in Oklahoma, I've been taught that even as a freshman, you can still lead in different ways. And I plan on coming in and I'm going to try and do whatever I can to help lead my, fellow rookies coming in, even some other guys if I can. I'm going to do whatever I can to help Picks win, whatever it takes. and you're just going to get an all around great guy, someone who just, you know, he's going to loves to talk to the fans, loves to talk to his players, and wants, you know, loves to talk to the coaches, someone who recognizes everyone, because it truly takes a team to make things work, not only the players, but the staff, the administrators, even the people who work in the cafeterias, janitors, even yourself. That's the kind of guy that you're going to get. And I am so excited to come out there and play for the Vikings and be a part of this organization and this family. And I just can't wait for what the future has to hold.
Walter, I can feel your energy through this screen, but I cannot wait to feel that energy when you get out on the field and we finally get to see you in action.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. And again,
Absolutely.
Congratulations on this new opportunity in your life.